Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you're here, and of course I hope you already have an amazing day so far. For everyone who is new here, welcome. My name is Yanni and I'm doing this DIY channel together with Dyanne. I will keep it short. On this channel you will find lots and lots of seasonal DIYs and of course daily decor DIYs, enough to see. If you like this content, of course I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. And for now, I am going to take out my tumbling towel blocks again. If you want to join me, take out your tumbling towel blocks and your glue gun also. But if you only love to watch, have fun watching. For this DIY, we need of course our tumbling towel blocks, some paint at your choice or maybe some stain color. I use always my furniture wax, my glue gun, of course, the wood glue and a brush and some glue sticks. These are the main pieces we need for this DIY. And what we are going to make, we are going to try to make from tumbling towel blocks a decorative book. So I hope I can make two books for on my tray. So we will see how this will turn out. So the first step what we're going to do, we are going to make a block of 7 pieces on each other this way. Squeeze it and press it down. And again, one line on the smaller side. And again, squeeze it and press it down. And this is number 4. And this package is a nice package of blocks. Normally I have blocks which are always different sizes, but the last couple of packages I've been really lucky because they are almost equal. So, and this is already number 6. And you see some glue is coming out. Remove it immediately so you don't later have troubles getting it away. And the last block, of course, you see, squeeze it and press it down. I think I have some, I already see it, I have some glue under my surface, so you see, then he doesn't squeeze real hard and then he does stick out a little bit. This is already 1 of 7. I'm going to make 4 of 7. I have my 4 pieces for the front of our book, and of course I will do the same, double it up for the back side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my wood glue and I'm going to do a thin line. At least I'm going to try to make a thin line on here and just glue them together this way. And I'm going to go for this one. But if you have a better glue which is better than wood glue, of course go ahead and just use the glue you are used to. This is just always, like I say, an inspiration. And you also can do it with your glue gun. So again, place it together and this one together and this one. And I'm going to place some paint can on top of here and I'm going to let it dry for at least 1.5 hours. And in the meantime, I'm going to make the back side of our book. And like I said, in the meantime, while my other front side of my book is drying, I made already 4 pieces of 7 for the back side. And I'm going to do the same, just do some little, at least a nice line of glue over here. And just glue also these pieces together. So we have a front and a back side already of our book. And then we already almost have it inside of each other. We don't need a lot of more things. So this is already 1 and we're going to squeeze this one and we're going to squeeze this one. And now we let it dry again, also 1.5 hours for the back side also. You see, we have the front and the back side of our book, and what I'm going to do, at least this is the size large book. Later on we're going to make a smaller one, but this is the fore and the back side. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take 2 blocks and I'm going to glue them together like this. Very easy, just very simple, 2 blocks this way. And we are going to make 4 pieces for it. So this is number 2, and don't forget to press it down. I always call it every time we make it straight and make it press it down, so you get a nice flat surface. And the last of our pieces, and now we are going to glue them together very easily. Just do some glue over here, make them together this way. This is already one. We are going to do the second one, and you can also do this with some wood glue, but this is just such a small piece, so I'm going to do it with my glue gun. And on here, and again place this one also against it in a straight line, and I'm removing the glue immediately. This is already the in-between from the I don't know, call it here in the Netherlands we call it de rug van het boek. So it means the side of the book where you are having your text on the side. So in a moment I show it to you, and then you will know what I mean. That's better than I pronounce it. Now we're going to make again 2 blocks of 2 this way. This is already one, and we're going to make another one. And we are going to glue also these 2 together. And like I always say, if you don't want to see how I make it, skip forward. I totally understand. So again, some glue over here, and I'm going to squeeze this one together also. This is already one of the in-between sides. And we're going to do another one for, of course, the other side. Again. And I'm doing it now in a backwards way, I see already. So I'm sorry, I did it in a moment, I did it in the other way, but I'm going to do it, finish this off like this. It's the same way, but in a different, here we say different volgorde. So a different, this is what I mean. And now again, we have the second one. I don't know how you say it in a different, like we say volgorde, but I don't know how you call it in English. Let me know in the comments down below, because I don't know how it is in English. I have to look it up. This is already one side, this is one side, and now we're going to make the front. But the front can be 3 blocks and a little block. So I have to cut out a little piece. So I made again 3 blocks of 2, do some glue in between, and I'm going to glue this also together. And then we're going to measure out how big is the part. We are still coming too short because 3 blocks is too small. So we need a little piece of another block. So, but I show you exactly what I mean. This is the back side or the front side of your book. We are going to place the 4 blocks of 2 totally on the ending. It will be the back side of your book. I'm going to place 1 over here. I'm going to place 1 over here. And then we have 1 of 3 because 4 was too long. And now we need a little piece open over here. So I'm going to go to my jigsaw and I'm going to saw it out a little piece so I can get it fitting inside of here. And here you see the 2 little blocks I need because we need to double them up. So we are going to do some glue on the side. And we are going to glue them together this way. Squeeze it and press it down. And we are going to do some glue on this side. I think I need to take this side and I'm going to glue this one also on top of here. This way. And now we already have our book closed. So he can be inside of here. And now he is ready to glue everything together. So we already have an almost a kind of a crate box, and then later we are going to do the top on here, but first I'm going to glue everything. So I take my wood glue and I'm going to glue the back side first. So I'm going to do a thin line, at least as thin as I can do it. over here in the middle, and I'm going to place it on the ending of the first side of our book this way, and I let it suck in for a little, I think at 10 minutes, and then I'm going to do the sides. So I waited a half hour so this could dry in a little bit. He's not totally dry yet, but he is a little bit sucking in. What I'm going to do, I did place the side panels and of course the front of this panel to measure out that I have on each side the same space, a little bit like this. I think it is 1 centimeter. If I do it with my eyes, I think 1 centimeter. I'm going to take my block. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue, very thin, on this side, and on the other. And I already do it wrong because here on this side it doesn't have to use some glue, so I already doing it wrong. So but I'm going to place it now in between like this, and I'm going to close it up this way and make sure that I have it in a straight line. And I'm going to do this one also, but I'm going to close it up in here. So I'm going to do some glue on this side, and this side can be both of the sides. So I was a little bit confused with which panel I had. So you don't, on this side you can do both sides the glue, and I'm going to glue it, and I hope everything falls into place. And I have to make sure that everything stays together. And now I'm going to do on this side some glue, only on this side and on the other side. And now I'm going to place this one also in. And now we just work a little bit with it, try to get it fitting totally. And take your time for it. I'm sorry if I didn't speak to you. Just take your time for it. And that's a great thing about wood glue. You still can remove it and you still can change it up. Not too much, because the wood glue leaves a lot of stains on your blocks, at least on my blocks. If you have a little bit too much glue, then it comes on the block, and if you stain it later with some furniture wax or with some other pieces, if you paint it, it's not a problem, but only when you do some wax on it you see some white spots on it. Maybe you already saw a couple of spots on one of my DIYs. I always try to sand them off, but not everything works. So I'm going to let this dry. But before I'm going to let it dry, of course, we can do already the top over here. And we do just very easy, some glue, a little line in the middle, over here, this way, and we go over here, because we can close it up. And this way, and the last row. And now we can close it up with the back side or the front side, just how you call it. I have to make sure that I have it on the back side. This way. I think I have it on the right spot, so I can place my cans on top of here, on this side one and on this side one, and then we can let it dry for 1.5 hours. Our large book is drying. What we're going to do, we need that time, so the time we're going to use for making our medium size book, at least a smaller book. And I'm going to glue again 7 blocks to each other, the same like we did with the bigger one. It's very easy. Again, just 7. And if you are going to make this DIY also, you make this kind of books, you can decorate it any way you like. I am just giving you in a moment just some inspiration how you can decorate this book, or at least how you can make it. You can do it in a farmhouse style, you can do it in a fall season style, you can do it in any style. I think I'm going to go for, you won't believe it, and a lot of you must already thinking, oh no, what she's doing. But I think I was finding this, I show it to you in a moment, and I am so excited to when I found it. So I think I'm going to do it in this theme, but I know a lot of you must not think about it, not yet. So I will show you. I found this kind of books. I know you see it backwards, but this is so cute. Little pictures for the Christmas season. So I don't know, maybe I am going to use this one, but I'm still debating. But I'm so tempted to use the Christmas style, but we will see. Maybe I can help myself. This is already one. I will make the rest, and we only need for the front side 3 pieces of 7, not 4, only 3. Again, I have my 3 pieces of 7, and I'm going to do again some wood glue in the middle over here. This is one, and I'm going to do it on this side. And we're going to place it against each other again, and this also, and we are going to let it dry again. And I'm going to make now the front side or the back side, just what you call it. This one, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to place some can on top of here, and then we are going to let this dry, and I'm going to make the second panel. Again, also the other one is finished with 3 pieces of 7 blocks. Very easy. And I'm going to glue also this part together, and then we already have almost the same like we have with our first book. So again, place them to each other, squeeze it, and do some something on the top which gives some heaviness. So, and then you're already waiting for 1.5 hours. The front and the back panel are dried up. What we're going to do, we are going to make again the insert of our book. So I'm going to lay this apart, and we are going to make again 3 pieces of 2. So very easy. And we are going to do this way. So just glue it together. This is already 1. This will be number 2. And the last is number 3. And then we're going to glue them also together again, like we did with the other one. Just do some glue on the side, and we're going to glue this one. This is already 1, and try to get a straight line. And the last, again, squeeze it and press it down. It is already the back side we use. Now we're going to use to double up again this one. This is already 1 again. And I have to make sure that I have it in the same length, because sometimes I am a little off, and, and that's not the greatest thing when you want to have a book. This is already 1. Now the other side we still need 2. And this is number 1 for the other side. And number 2 for the other side. And this way. So, and again, we're going to glue them together already for this side, and we're going to do it for the other side. And this one, number 2, and I have to remove a little bit of the glue. So the sides, and now we need the front side, and the front side will be also 2 pieces and a little smaller one. So 1 like this, and squeeze it and press it down. You saw already my blocks were a little how you say it, not totally flat, but a little offline. And this one, And now we need 2 of the smaller blocks because we can't have a total block because 3 is too much. So I'm going to use my jigsaw and I'm going to cut off a little piece. So I have my smaller blocks cut off. I'm going to glue them together like this, squeeze them and press them down. And now I'm going to glue them also on this block. So I'm going to do this one together. And I'm going to squeeze it and press it down. Oh, I have some glue under here. I was already thinking, why is he not flat? But I see it already. And I'm going to do some glue on this side. This way. And now we have all our pieces together. Again, I have all my parts and I'm going to glue them on top of each other. So first I'm going to do the back side, a little a little piece of glue. In the Netherlands we call it lime. So I don't know, this was a mix of English and Dutch together. So, but I mean glue. So I'm going to place this, I let this suck in for a little moment. I let the back side dry in for a couple of minutes. What I'm going to do, I did puzzle a little bit how I get it on each side, like we did with the bigger one, same measurement on the side. So this is a little bit how it comes out. Now I'm going to take my block, again some glue on the ending and not on the front like I did with the bigger book when I made the mistake. Just only this side and this side, and we're going to place it very easy on top of here and make sure that we have it in this line and on a straight way. And now we're going to take this one and we're going to do one glue on this side, of course on this side, and on the other side, because here we can do some glue, it doesn't matter. So we are going to glue this in between here. Make sure that you also have a straight line in the front, this way. And now we only need to glue this one. And this is one line and a one line here. And we're going to place it again on top of here and make sure also that we have this one in a straight line and glue everything together. And because we only need the top, we can very easily glue also the sides right now. And I have to be sure that I have it really, I can't say it enough, and take your time for it, because that makes your DIY a lot nicer to look at. So feel everything with your fingers that everything is in a nice straight line like this. And now we're going to do some glue on the ending over here and a little to the middle. And we're going over here and we go this way. And the last row, and we already here. And now we can place the other top on here and give it some heaviness. I have to be sure that I have everything correctly to each other, because you can't move it in a moment anymore. So I'm going to go make the top and let it fall over this way, and make sure that you have it also over here in a straight line. Feel with your fingers, and then we are going to place some paint can on top of here. And now we let it dry for 1.5 hours, and then we're going to decorate them. And here we have both of our books, the bigger one, the large one, and the medium one. And of course you can also go one smaller, because you also have books which are a little bit the shape of this size. So if you place them like this, you see already they are really looking like like books. What I'm going to do, because I was thinking I'm going to do, of course, I'm going to do the top, the front with some pictures and scrapbooking paper. What I'm going to do, because I was thinking the rest I'm going to do with some furniture wax, because I love the rustic old look, but you can choose anything you like. But I have the middle piece, which are normally the papers. I think I need to give that another color than furniture wax. So I think I'm going to try to get a little bit of the creamy color to paint it inside. I have to be careful that I don't paint the rest. So it is a little bit tricky, so I will see what I can do, but I think I need this to give this another color. I have here my white chalk paint. What I'm going to try to do to give it just a little, yeah, a lighter coat, not a really a hard coat, so it is really white, but I'm going to go for a little bit of the distressed coat. I don't know if this will work out or not. Maybe it's one big failure, so we will see how this will turn out. So I'm just going to go over to give it just a very light coat like this. So I'm going to try to give it just, it looks a little bit like a paper. I have the in-between of my books painted and a little bit distressed, but go ahead, do whatever you think is right. If you want to paint it in totally, it's also fine. You can do a gold color, you can do any color you like. What I'm going to do, I'm going to make the front of my books. And what I'm going to do, I use my scrapbook pieces. You can make cards from this. I never made cards. I did a lot of things, but cards was not one of the things. So I just bought, like I told you earlier, 3 of this kind of books, and you can just easily get the pictures out and just Mod Podge them on top of your book or something else what you want to decorate. And this is so much fun. I didn't know. I have already 1 box of my IKEA, and I already turning everything off, so I can easily go through every little picture. So I'm going to look for some pictures for on the smaller one and for on the bigger one. And I can't help myself. I chose for the Christmas inspiration. I know, don't be mad if you don't like the Christmas yet. So this is just my privilege. You can use any scrapbook paper you like, or maybe any picture you like. You can choose out of so many different seasons. So go ahead, check it out. But bear with me, I'm just a crazy fool with some Christmas. So I'm going for the Christmas season. And these are the pictures I chose for my books. So this will be a lot of work to Mod Podge this each and every piece on top of here. So I will do my best, and then we're going to do the finishing touch and do it in some furniture wax. But first we're going to Mod Podge this on top of here. I have everything finished. I have here the pictures I want to use. It is so much fun. And of course, I'm going to glue it with my Mod Podge, and probably the professional scrapbookers are, are going crazy right now the way I am going to glue it on top of my book. But bear with me, I do it just my way. Of course, there are much better ways probably to do it, but I choose my way. So I'm going to take my pictures off like this, and I'm going to start with the middle piece, and I'm just going to do something. I really have no idea what I'm doing. I just need a couple of brushes. So for this one I use the bigger one. So I'm going to Mod Podge this one in the middle of my book, and you can go any way you like, because your fantasy can bring you everywhere you want, because you don't have to do what's on the picture or how you must do it on your example. I am just doing the way I think I like it. But like I said, there are so many YouTube sites with having the most beautiful scrapbookers. So if you like that, go over and look how they are doing it, because I don't think I am really an example for how you do your scrapbooking. So if you want to really want to scrapbook, just go over to them, because I'm just doing something and I really have no clue what I'm doing. So I'm starting with the base, and I do that also with the bigger book. And I'm going to take now my little yeah, garland, and I'm going to take the smaller uh, brush for my two Mod Podge is on top of here, so I'm going to go over it and just dab it with some Mod Podge, just this way and over here. And I try not to forget a little piece because it has to stuck really well. And I'm going to get it off, and I'm going to place it, I think, over here. I have to get it and this way. And just don't worry, you can easily go out of your book. And this way. This is already one. Now I'm going to start with the picture, and I'm going to glue it over here. So I'm going to turn this over, and I can use the bigger brush for this one. And I find a new spot for my Mod Podge because I don't want to get too much Mod Podge on the front side of my picture. So again, over here, and I'm going to clean up my hands and get it off, and I'm going to place it over here this way and just dab it and go over with your fingers around the lines. I take the little guy, and he is so cute, and I'm going to fold my paper, kitchen towel paper, and I'm going to place my little mousse over here, and I'm going to do some Mod Podge. And for everyone, like I said earlier, if you are bored to see how I do it, please skip forward because I totally understand, but I do it for the people who enjoy seeing how I do it. Of course, I'm going to place this little guy over here and this way. And I have a little package of letters, and I'm going to do some Mod Podge on the back side. This way. Like this, and I'm going to place it in front of the little basket over here, and again dab it. And now we are going to give it some words, and I chose for Oh Christmas Tree, Oh Christmas Tree, and I have two of them like the song, and I start with the bigger one. And I know you see this word backwards because that's just my telephone. Don't worry, in a moment you see it the right way. And I'm going to get the smaller brush, and I'm going to place it on top of here and just do some Mod Podge over here and this side. And I'm going to get my letters, and I'm going to place this one, I think, in the middle over here, and just dab it. And I get the other one, and very easily, and I place it on another. I think I'm going to turn this one again like this, do it on top of here, and make sure that we have everything in the Mod Podge. And I'm going to place this one, but a little bit out of the book, this way. And now, for me, he is already full enough, but if you like more pictures, go ahead, go crazy and do whatever you think is right. And you also can do the back side. I'm not doing the back side because I always like the front side. So I'm going to do the bigger book also, and then we're going to do some furniture wax. And maybe I give this little picture with my smaller brush also on the top side a little shiny look like this, and this whole picture, so that it gives a little bit more of a darker rustic look. I finished up both of my books. What we still need to do is the last step, and that is, of course, some furniture wax. But if you did paint it already, then you are finished. But I'm still using my furniture wax, and I'm using two pieces of brushes, because a smaller one for around the little pictures, and of course the bigger one for the rest of my book. But I'm going to start around the picture, and you already know it changes by the minute if it gives just a nice rustic look. So I will finish both of the books up, and then you finally see the end impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of our Tumbling Tower Blocks home decor books. And I had so much fun making these cute little books, especially when we use our scrapbook paper. This was my first time, and I had so much fun making it. But like I told you earlier, you can change it up any way you like. Of course, I hope you did this DIY together with me, and you also have now two beautiful books for in your own home. But if you only love to watch, I hope you had fun watching. And if you're not subscribed to our channel, of course, we hope you will click the red subscribe button and give it a thumbs up. It doesn't cost you anything. And for now, of course, if you want to see more DIYs, come on over to our description box. There you find the link for this channel, and of course my other channel all about Christmas. So enough to see. We wish you all an amazing day and see you next time. Bye.